from Kay. I would say she's very vanilla, but all of a sudden, you have a personality when it comes to me.
Wow. Well.
Now, friendship looks phony. I didn't acknowledge you while I'm on stage. You are the devil.
Saying this for 4 years. Show us. Just show us.
I love a good come-up story. And, you know, good for her.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. My girls are back. I love Potomac, and I think after this first episode, I'm really going to enjoy this new season. We got to know new ladies, new drama, new beef, and girl, I guess Stacey's breath stinks.
Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Cheers.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, wanted, securing the bag.
So like we already know, the episode starts where it basically left off with Karen over here getting put into jail. Y'all, it was already one of those situations where it's kind of conflicting, because I think that Karen, this is her 4th DUI, so I do think that she deserves what she got. She went to trial the last time. They said on her 3rd time she went to trial, and she beat it, and they put her on community service. So I think that she thought that this was gonna be the same thing. But 1 DUI is already crazy enough. 2, 3 is egregious, and 4 is just that at that point it's just like, what are we doing? So it's just one of those things. So Giselle, we see her at her teardown. Ooh.
Oh, thank you. You know, I try. Yes.
We see Giselle at her home. You know, we walking on the inside. It doesn't look too crazy. So I'm just like, okay, Giselle, I guess you had an interior designer that was very professional. Shout out to you. So Giselle's hosting Ashley, Kiana, Wendy, and then she's also hosting Stacey. So the first one to show up was Ashley, and they're just basically talking about, like, it's crazy that Karen's in jail. I cannot believe that she's actually in jail. They were like, I hope she's in like the elderly section. Let's hope. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, at that point, I think justice was served. And a lot of people are upset that she got out early. They're just like, I don't think she should got out early. My whole thing is, I feel like if I was in her shoes and I got a second chance at life, and to start it earlier than, you know, expected, that'll be a wake-up call. And just like, okay, you know what, that really helped me out. Woo woo woo. I'm not gonna do that again. And if I do want to drink, one, let me address that issue first, and then let me buy a personal driver. I would get rid of my license. I would never have a license again, because she's already 60-something years old. She damn near my grandma age. So at that point, get a personal driver and have them drive you everywhere. Period. Point blank. But, you know, they're just over here reminiscing about the whole situation with Karen, and just like, yeah, you know, Karen, I can't believe. But they talk about, she's like, well, who's coming over? And Giselle tells Ashley, like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm bringing over Wendy, Kiana, and I'm also bringing over Stacey. They're like, oh, Stacey. Interesting. So it already seems like there's some type of situation with Stacey, just like, what's going on? So we see Key and we see Wendy walk up. They're both matching with the puffer jackets, black shades, black, all black. It was real cute. They walk up like they're about to be a duo. Girl, to my surprise, at the end of the episode, it's not giving duo.
You have this thing that you do without friendship.
That's phony.
So they walk in just like, hey girl, what's up? Da, da, da. And everything was cool. Bitch, they over here just real, you know, it's real, like, it is real funny, because Stacey walks in too, and she walks in like, you know, very petite. She gets very much ditzy, very much klutz, and she's like, she burps. And I'm just like, okay, that's gonna be something.
The reunion happened, and I am sitting here as I did at the reunion, sitting in my truth. What's that?
So she walks in, and Key automatically at the door gets her energy, and I'm just looking at her like, Key, like she said, she was like, girl, you gave very much vanilla last season, so I guess, you know, when it comes to me, now you have a personality. Okay.
And squeeze a tear out of that little bitty ass eye. Say she's very vanilla, but all of a sudden, you have a personality when it comes to me.
I think what it is someone told Key, like, girl, at some point, this is your second season. The first season, you're a friend. The second season, you are basically a housewife. Two of the main girls left, so you're gonna come back. But this is a make or break, and I can tell this is a make or break because, to be honest, it did like Kiana is pulling at straws. But I'm not mad at it. Give me something, bitch. Okay. So the girls bring up to Stacey, like, okay, so what's going on with you? Like, is everything okay? Because, you know, we're just off the heels of the reunion. And, you know, still I rise. Cool. She's like, what do you mean? Like, everything is okay. Everything is fine. She was like, okay, what's going on with TJ? And she's just like, oh, you know, I just feel like, you know, very just betrayed. It's just like so crazy. And each lady has something to say. Wendy felt like, okay, as your friend, when I'm telling you something that someone has said, your first thing as a friend shouldn't be that I'm lying.
Friendship goes both ways. My friend will not say her first thought, I don't believe you. So I'm sorry.
Like, girl, I have no reason to lie. I'm telling you what this man is saying. And she's saying, like, you know, I apologize that, you know, I took it that way, but I just can't fathom him saying that. Ashley asked, like, you know, have you had conversations with TJ now? She's like, yeah, we had conversation. He was so remorseful. He was so this and so that.
He wanted to come on TV and say, oh my God, I lied. This is awful. What is happening? On Instagram, he's saying that he's not lying and he's about to come forward with a receipt.
And Kiana was just like, you know, this is so scary. Like, you know, if you can just be like this. She was like, why is this so scary to you? And that's what she said, like, girl, you know, now you got an opinion. Now you got something to say. Now you got words. Now you want to have conversation, dialogue when it comes to me. Like, girl, keep that shit on the playground. If you really don't want to take it there, keep it on the playground. But I'm like, Stacey, as soon as you do. So Ashley is start pressing the issue and just pressing the issue, and she's really on Stacey's head top, and she's just like, girl, like, it just seemed like you've been lying this whole time. Like, are you divorced? Are you this? Are you that? Because it just seemed like you've been lying and just lying. Like, did you pay him to be your do you pay him to be your man? Like, what's going on? She's like, you know what, I don't have time for this. Like, as a friend, you know how she talks.
As a friend, I would think that you would support me. Like, Ashley, I can't believe that you would do that. And, like, you know, this is a tough time with me and Arabella. And I just can't believe that you would say that about me. Ashley, I got to go.
So she grabs her purse and, baby, she pumps it that way.
Accountability is what this group is all about. And maybe I do need to reconsider. Don't run away from it. Come on. We didn't even finish the conversation. Ooh.
And she was out the door. She hit that car, the same car that Ashley has with torches on, guess it's the rental. But she gets in the car, she went up the fucking street, and she was gone. So when she leaves, and I'm looking at Giselle like, girl, why'd you wait? But 2 inches on, guess spare the moment. Giselle was just like, yeah, it's funny because, you know, I know one of her, TJ's homegirls, and she was showing me all the receipts. We were out at lunch, and she showed me all the receipts with Stacey. And basically, Stacey owes him money. He's suing her, and she basically owes him 50% of the Potomac check. And they're like, 50%? Like, 50% is crazy, girl. Like, but I'm just like, Stacey, girl, you seem like you're in a lot of shit. And then the next scene that comes up, Stacey, it just doesn't make you look any better, because the next scene is you over here walking in on a date, kissing a white man. I'm just like, girl, is she on, like, who is this?
Oh, it's her actual husband.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you look beautiful.
But it's just nice to do this again, I think.
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
Not estranged, not ex, it's her husband. And she's like, yeah, you know, so me and my husband, we went on a Christmas vacation together with our ball. And, you know, we decided to rekindle things and just realize that we should be together. Yeah. Just, you know, we decided to do like dates. Evites. He sent me Evites, and, you know, instead of just doing stuff like his family with the Arbala, we just started to, you know, just be together and just do stuff our date nights. And I'm like, bitch, you sat here a whole fucking season telling us how, oh, this man, this, that we gotta get a divorce, we gotta get this, we gotta get that, and just for you to come back on this screen a year later with this man that you're still married to when you said that you got divorced. Stacey, that's what I was like. I like Stacey, don't get me wrong, but Stacey, bitch, you are a liar, and you're over here, you're competing with me up.
Do you see this glow? As crazy as that sounds, I am back with my husband.
Oh, really? That's...
You're competing with me because, bitch, that's crazy. You sat on that reunion talking about, yeah, we're divorced, girl, we're divorced, girl. Ashley said, girl, but I didn't see no divorce decree in Maryland, DC, or motherfucking Virginia. So, girl, what's going on? What's tea? Oh, no. You know, it's just, oh, do you... Stacey, girl, I don't know what, like something in the buttermilk ain't clean. I don't know what it is, but something in the buttermilk ain't clean.
We were notified that we were, in fact, officially divorced while we were on vacation. We just looked at each other.
So we transport over and we see this beautiful woman walking in with this ruffled dress. And I'm just like, oh my God, look at Kiana. She looks so cute. Bitch, turn the corner. It's Kiana's mama. Girl, the resemblance is uncanny. Y'all look alike. That's your fucking child, girl.
Talk about my daughter. Don't talk about my daughter.
Oh. Y'all look alike, for real. So I'm just like, oh my God, that's Kiana's mama. Gorgeous. So, you know, they sit down, they talk. She has broken up with Greg. She has her own place now. And she's over here just decorating. Her mom's just like, this is so nice. This is so you. I love this. So they sit down and her mom's just like, you know, how was Jamaica?
So about 3 months after breaking up and moving into my own condo, Greg was like, okay, she's serious. I'll just reset the tone to be together and really say, hey, I love you.
So after the whole breakup, Greg and Kiana, you know, they went their separate ways and, you know, they're doing a thing. He called her, was like, hey, you know, you want to go to Jamaica and talk about our relationship? Like, and she's like, yeah, let's go to Jamaica. Like, girl, yeah, let's go. Like, girl, let me go ahead and pack my motherfucking suitcase, girl.
Get my girl back. So he was like, want to go to Jamaica and talk? And I'm like, sure, I want to go to Jamaica and talk.
Because it's already packed. Like, girl, gone. Let's go to Jamaica. Absolutely, girl. Free trip will not decline. So they go to Jamaica. They have a good time. They're rekindling. They're probably over here doing the do. Probably eating to eat. Probably doing their thing. I'm not mad. So they're in the talking phase and they're dating. Cool. So the mom just basically told her, like, you know what? In this relationship, I just didn't like who you were in the relationship. She's like, I raised you to be a strong black woman and being very confident and sure of yourself. And she said, I felt like you were nothing like that. You were nothing of the sort. The New York quote. So I'm just like, I feel bad for Kiana because it's just like, I feel like she do love Greg and he was there for her when she went through that whole situation. I feel like he wants to protect her. However, if I didn't want to be on the TV show and I was married to someone that's what they wanted to do, I'm going to be on that show because that's what they want to do and I'm going to support them wholeheartedly. Like, whatever you want to do, I'm going to support you tenfold because you're the person I told myself I want to be. I stand in front of God and said I want to be with you for the rest of my life. So I'm going to stand behind you 10 toes down. So it's just kind of weird that, you know, he's not doing that. And maybe this time around, like, maybe they can really find a middle ground in the relationship. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Honestly, truly.
And the expectation is just to be happy. And personally, I just don't think your relationship is good for you.
So Ashley and Stacey, you know, they meet at a dress shopping. And Ashley's just like, you know, Stacey, you know, the last time we met, we got off on the wrong foot. And I want to, you know, rewrite that wrong and just try to figure out, you know, where your headspace is at. And I'm just like, she's lying, but whatever. So Stacey's like, well, you know, do you understand why I left? And she's actually, I totally understand why you left. She was like, okay. She was like, well, you know, it just felt like very tense and just felt like it was very forced on me, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know what to say to that. Stacey, okay, that's what I'm saying. You're still gonna maintain to me that you're telling me the truth. Like,
so Ashley's just like, you know what? I went to in LA. I went to a Hollywood luncheon with some actors and like people, and she was like, I met a woman that is an actress that knows TJ, and she was like, well, you know, she showed me screenshots. She showed me messages that you're the defendant and he's the plaintiff suing you for money. So Stacey's like, TJ is over and TJ is done. I can't speak on any imaginary friends. I can't speak on, like, we're in such a good space. I'm just like, Stacey, like, girl, like, I really don't give a fuck about none of that. Is he suing you or not?
I'm not going to rehash and go back and forth about an imaginary friend and imaginary documents. Imaginary about her.
Like, that's really the question. And to be honest, Stacey, you're about to make me have to agree with Ashley, which I fucking hate. But tweet yourself. Is he suing you or not? Is your name on a... Did you get motherfucking knock at the door? Serve. Like, what is it? So, it seems like she's deflecting from the actual question and going on with, you know, I've moved on with my life and I moved on with this. You got Ashley name dropping the actress's name. Obviously, they bleeped it out for, you know, privacy and things like that. But yet again, it leads to Stacey running out. And I'm just like, I've never seen any bitch run out from Ashley Darby. Stacey.
These documents, and then you show me, then we will rekindle our friendship. Okay. Again, Stacey's, can you take a pause? Ready. You'll never walk off.
Get it together. Ashley's never been that bitch, and that, like, but to be honest, I'm not mad at it. Ashley, you on her head top, and you've been on her head top this whole time. Do your thing, girl. I just feel like with Stacey, you make yourself look like a liar and you make yourself look crazy. And it doesn't make sense. The question was, is he suing you? Yes or no? That was it. You could have said, no, he's not suing me. That's all fake. And we would have been done with it. Even though we wouldn't have been done with it because I feel like it would have came out that he was suing you, but you just know. But so we see Kiana. She pulls up at this gorgeous house over here in the P, and we walk in and we see Angel.
She actually also was my client. She also was my business partner. She worked at BT. She would hire me. Super excited she's back in the P, honey. And
She's a new housewife. Shout out to them introducing the new housewives this episode, thank God. So we learn a lot about her, that she works in the film industry. She was a journalist. She worked for BT. She met her husband from the Denver Broncos. They lived in Colorado. She has a company called Wonderland Ranch, Wonderland something.
the biggest misconception that people have about me when they meet me is that I'm gonna be a bitch. I guess I give resting bitch face.
Beautiful couple. They look very hot. I'd love to see that. But I think she'll be a great addition. She's quick-witted. I think she's going to be, it's something new. I haven't seen her archetype on Potomac before. We have the Neccas of the world. We have the Candaces of the world. There will never be another Candace girl. Candace was and will always be that girl. But I think, Angel's going to be a great addition. So, we go there and we see her talk to Kiana, and they go hiking, and they're basically talking about this newfound beef with Wendy. Kiana's like, we always been cool. And she's like, face to face, it's always like some type of some type of this, some type of that. It's just like seems like some type of underlying situation. And like I said before plenty of times, and last season before, I said that I feel like Wendy is no one's friend on this show, like friend. I feel like this is just very much like, girl, this is a job. Like, we're cordial, we're cool, let's do our thing.
Wendy, didn't you tell me you...
I know her from college.
I don't know Wendy well. She's several years older than me.
I think with Kiana, I feel like she was pulling at straws, but there was validity to it. I feel like she was pulling at straws, but I can see where she was coming from. So Angel's just like, I've been knowing Kiana since we were 18, and that's 20 years. Like, girl, I love her, and we're going to just navigate this situation together. So, Ashley is throwing a gala, a nice little party with everyone. Everyone's coming up in their gowns, and everything is really cute. Shout out to Ashley for hosting the first party. We see all the ladies walk in. Wendy always will look stunning. Chef's kiss. Ashley actually looks decent. Who knew? Giselle, she does her. Stacey gets very much white woman. Kiana was cute. could have been better. I did like Angel's look, and I think Tia is also the new housewife. She's friends with Giselle. She is a high-end real estate agent, gorgeous. She has twins. She's from London, and she comes from Nigerian royalty, from the royal family, girl. Who knew?
I have a friend. Her name is Tia. She's a high-end realtor.
It was about 14,000 square feet. You did such an amazing job for your clients.
So it's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, cool. But this is where the bullshit started, because it was so much shit going on. So Stacey walks in. She comes with Wendy, and they basically part ways. Stacey basically tells Wendy, you know, Stacey, she's like, you know what? I'm happy that I'm actually here because I didn't think I was coming. We see a flashback of Stacey on the phone with Ashley saying like, hey, you know, I know we just ended off on a bad foot, but you know, I'm still going to come to your party and support you. Cool. And she's saying like, you know, being that I'm extending the olive branch, hopefully she will be, you know, on that type of time and not over here trying to cut my neck. So it wasn't that.
Even with the way that she treated me, I am choosing to show up for Ashley.
But before then, we see Giselle and Wendy sitting down. They just kick in, just like, you know, girl, how you doing? Oh, this dress, or did you get inspired to wear the dress from my pink dress? Like, what a lot. Kiana comes over, she sits down. Giselle said, hey girl. Wendy didn't say anything. So they kept on talking, and Kiana was like, oh, that's rude. And they're like, what? She's like, girl, hey, I'm sitting here too. Like, what's going on?
Pieces. Oh, that's been a little rude, because I'm sitting here too. It wasn't being rude, Giselle. I have a conversation. I'm not trying to be rude to you.
If I come to a conversation and I sit down, first of all, I feel like it should be some type of exchange of haze, like what. I feel like if it was me, if I would have walked into the situation, I would have been like, what's up, y'all? And just sat down. Like, I would have greeted myself. But I've heard people saying like, you know, if I walk into the room, you should greet me. Like, my dad was on that type of time where it's like, if you walk into the room, you should always greet people, blah, 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 blah. My mom, she was the opposite. Like, you know, if I walk into the room or if I see you come in, we will say, hey. It was weird, but I get both sides. Wendy was just like, she was just kind of confused because Kiana was like, Giselle, can you excuse us because I want to have a talk with her. Giselle was like, yeah, that's cool. I'll come back and check on you guys. So as they're over here kicking and talking, Kiana's just like, yeah, when I just want to talk to you because I feel like within our friendship, you've been moving kind of weird. And Wendy's like, oh, have I? She was like, you have. She said, I feel like as a friend, you've been very phony. I said, oh.
She do in our friendship. That's phony. The energy that you and I have when we talk on the phone is not the energy that you meet me with when I see you outside.
I said, we're starting off strong. Okay, cool. So she said, I feel like as a friend, you've been very phony. She goes down, she goes down a list of things, like this diatribe of when we're at this event, you know, first she said, like, you do subtle things that you, like, dismiss me. And I can see that with Wendy. She can be very, you know, Wendy thinks she's that girl. Wendy, she is that girl. I ain't gonna hold her. Like, she definitely have got rank in the group. So I can see that. So I feel like with Kiana, she looks up, I wouldn't say look up to Wendy, but they were really on the same side. You know, allies. You got to ally yourself with somebody because if you don't have allies in Housewives, girl, you be on an island yourself.
He's like, oh, okay, great, see you there. And then I get there, and you're actually a speaker there. What's wrong with that?
Kiana tells Wendy, when we went to the NAACP Awards or conference, whatever, she was like, you know, I sponsored it, but I was one of the sponsors. She said, but I wasn't privy that you were one of the speakers. And she was like, when I walked in, you didn't speak to me, you didn't do anything. The way Kiana made it seem like she was like, I walked in and Wendy saw me but didn't speak. Like they both were sitting down. Wendy, the way Wendy interpreted it was like, girl, I was speaking. Why would I speak to you while I'm speaking to the masses? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm on the stage. You would want me to, as I'm speaking, stop what I'm doing and wave? If I see my friend in the crowd, I'm going to wave to her.
So Kiana's just like, no, you know, I would have did a friendly wave or a friendly nod. That's just what I would have done. At that point, it's a difference of opinions. You would have done something different as her. However, if you feel some type of way, you feel some type of way. So I just feel like for this, it just seems like there's been multiple incidents where Kiana has felt some type of way. And I feel like the pressures of her having a breakout season, she needed to have a moment. And at this point, Wendy was her moment.
Girl, this is what's getting you upset? I didn't acknowledge you while I'm on stage.
It's sad to say that I feel like Wendy was her moment, but Wendy was her moment. Like, she had to have a breakout moment, and she's going to use Wendy for it. And to me, I'm not mad at it. As long as the story makes sense. Right now, it's half and half. Like, I feel like, girl, I wouldn't have spoken to you while I'm speaking either, because like I said, I have ADHD. Like, I can think about so many different things. Seeing you over here might fuck me up. Like, girl, no, I'm talking. If you have an issue, you have an issue, and Kiana has an issue. So as they're talking and discussing things, we see Giselle and Tia trying to check on them, because in the foyer we see Ashley doing the hopscotch with Stacey, because they're arguing about, one, they're saying that Stacey's breath stinks. Angel said it too, so I'm just like, girl, maybe your breath do stink, girl. That's crazy.
I don't know what was going on, but her mouth definitely greeted me before she greeted me.
Sharice is in the building, and I feel like Sharice literally is the Grand Dame of Potomac. Like, she is the real Grand Dame. Mind you, I saw her out. I live in county, so it's just like I saw her out in this, and like she runs the town. Like, Sharice don't run the town, girl. But it's just one of those things where I just feel like Ashley's basically telling Stacey that you're a liar and you're being sued and all these things are happening, and Stacey just telling her, like, why do you care about my business, or why are you fishing? You're just such the devil. Get your finger out my face. Ashley's just doing all of this.
Out of here with your size 11 shoes. You want to okay? We're missing all the fun.
Okay, you guys are too loud.
And I'm just like, Ashley, we remember what happened, and you know Stacey's not about to be about that, but you would never do this to Candace, because you know Candace is really going to go there with you. But I'm just like, I feel like Ashley is going to be the messiest bitch, as she per usual is, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. This was a great episode. Stacey's friend come over just like, what do you need for her? What do you need for her? He's just like, she's a liar. And she's like, you're the devil. So after this first episode, Stacey, you're going to have to prove me wrong, because you are giving liar. Sorry, girl. I'm so sorry. You're giving fucking liar. You're giving a big liar. Ashley, you're giving messy as fuck. Giselle's giving she runs the girls. Wendy, Kay are giving that they're about to have this, weirdo beef. And Angel, Tia, it's gonna be cute to see what y'all bring to the table. And Monique, what's going on, girl? Where you at? But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Potomac is my show. Chef's kiss. Candace, we love you, girl. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe. We hate Nia, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I'm out, bitch.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and break your ear here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? The sour candy all I really asking for. Now I got to go. Got. Bye-bye.